Trump was smuggled off Air Force One in a catering truck. Seriously. Trump didn't take that new Qatar-donated Air Force One he loved so much back from the NATO summit in Turkey, even though he flew it there. Instead, Trump said he was going to take the old Air Force One for old time's sake, while the Qatar plane flew ahead to RAF Mildenhall in England so American troops stationed there could tour it. Because apparently, in the middle of a war, our troops were going to stop what they were doing to go check out the shiny new 747 given to Trump by Qatar's authoritarian monarchy. But that wasn't the real story. There was reportedly a credible Iranian threat against Trump or his aircraft, so Trump boarded the old Air Force One in front of the cameras. Then, on the other side of the plane, an airport catering truck secretly pulled up to another door. The entire back cargo section of the truck was hydraulically raised until it lined up with the aircraft door. Trump and several aides stepped inside. Then the cargo section was lowered back down to the tarmac, and the catering truck secretly drove Trump to another military plane. Trump secretly flew that plane to England. Meanwhile, reporters and even some White House staff took off on Air Force One, believing Trump was still on board. And get this, the reporters were told to keep their window shades closed, preventing them from seeing the secret operation unfolding outside. The catering truck and the other plane Trump was actually boarding. They thought Trump was still flying with them. He wasn't. Once in England, Trump got back onto the old Air Force One somehow and walked down the stairs in front of the cameras, making it look like he had just arrived on the plane everyone thought he'd been on all along. Then he boarded his Qatar-donated Air Force One for the flight back to America, where he could deplane publicly as if nothing unusual had happened. And Trump later told the reporters aboard that decoy that they had been on what was probably a dangerous flight. Why dangerous? Because the entire deception was reportedly designed around a credible Iranian threat against Trump or his aircraft. Except Trump wasn't on that potentially dangerous flight anymore. The reporters and some of his own White House staff were. So because of Trump's war with Iran, they protected the president by secretly getting him off the potentially targeted plane, but left everybody else flying on it without even knowing. Well, I guess they were considered dispensable.